I don't know if I should ping everyone again. I'm gonna do it. Well, we're gonna do it. We are back. Sorry for that, everyone. Okay, so I have to put the darkness screen on so that not everyone. Oh, can you make me party leader?
Yeah.
Thanks. Oh wait, that's the wrong game. You have to leave that. Sorry. It was doing the Mako game again.
Right.
Sorry about that, everyone. My internet. It actually wasn't even my internet. It was my computer decided to reset there. Okay. Okay, I don't remember exactly where we were in that game, so I'll just speed to a random place.
Speed up until something happened.
Okay.
But yeah. I was kind of spooked out at first because it happened right as I said that Blizzard was a small indie developer.
And you thought they were getting back at you?
Yeah, it was the wrath of Blizzard.
Okay, so Lambo up.
U2, Lambo's favorite band.
Yeah, Lambo's up 1-0. There's Lambo. Jotun currently down 0-1. Can he bring it back? There he is. Let's. I think we're maybe like here, maybe.
Sure. Yeah, this seems fine. So we see the Lambo's taking his base on the low ground.
Yeah, so low ground CC.
And Reaper Wall from Jotun, right?
Yep, and second, or not second, Nexus. Jotun's looking around for proxies this time. I kind of like that, like proxying in the first game of a series, and then you kind of put the fear of God into your opponent. So now he's like, "Are you doing it again?" sort of thing. Oh, and Lambo's going for a 3-rack, so he is going to be really aggressive, but not as aggressive. This does kind of get hard countered by like DT play because you delay your tech for so long.
Sure.
But I'm really a big fan of the 3-racks right now. Like I just love the ability, the power to basically cancel a third. Like that's essentially what this is being set up to do, is canceling the third. So, okay. Alright, I was going to say that that's unfortunate that those Marines weren't inside the bunker, but, I mean, it's not that hard for them to get inside. I kind of like the finishing the shade is okay, but it was a little unfortunate that the Adept kind of was on like some sort of move command or was stuck, maybe. Jotun had messaged about ping problems, so maybe that was what he was referring to. Lambo comes in with a really late SCV scout and managed to see, I guess, just the probe saturation. It would be nice for him to confirm when and if a third base goes down, but he could do that with his move out. This is a little bit of a different type of 3-racks because the second tech lab is relatively late. I'm not sure if that was on purpose or not, and he's scared of the DTs, so he went for a slightly faster engineering bay than I would, and turrets faster than I would as well. Like this isn't like the YOLO 3-racks. This is a bit more of a defensive, maybe I need to be careful 3-racks, which is not the type I play. So if anyone hits me on the ladder, I'll die to a DT drop and be upset.
Don't tell them your weakness, Jeff.
But I'm pretty good at scouting the DT drop, so you know you gotta hide it from me.
That's true. You are quite good at scouting.
It really upped my game, like scouting and scouting and figuring out what the scouting meant really did up my play. Like it doesn't matter that I get supply block for 15 minutes and that I am slow as hell, but I can at least know what my opponent's about to do. So Lambo has been building these walls a lot, and he's not moving out with the 3-racks, which is a little strange. I feel okay now. It's moving out. Maybe it's just
I was gonna say at this point you would have probably spooked out, right?
Yeah, I'd have to check my notebook again, but I think it's like sometime at 4 minutes, like 4 minutes and 30 seconds or something. 4 to 4 minutes and 30 seconds. You're moving out, and normally you'd move out with more Marauders if you're doing the double tech lab strategy. But he did kind of forget a tech lab, or something happened with that tech lab. I'm not exactly sure.
Yeah.
Scans and sees no third base. When I see no third base, I actually go home at that regard because, like, I mean, this is an insanely good fight. Like, that was unfortunate. I would imagine maybe that's where the ping issues were coming in, because like all Jotun really, like Jotun pulls back, right, and super batteries. But I don't even think it would matter now with this amount of bio. I think this is actually just going to be game over.
Damn. Very aggressive.
And GG played.
Wow, Lambo.
Hello, Poon. It's nice to see you.
Nice, handsome.
It's a former LMSL regular turned guy who doesn't do anything with StarCraft anymore. Pants. Okay, so now we're moving on to the winners match. So whoever wins this one moves on to the round of 16. Oh, Jotun, you're very welcome, man. Thanks for playing. Thanks for playing, my dude. So spawning in the bottom left on stream, she goes by Shiyi. In game, she is Hongram.
And spawning in the top right, the blue Terran, it is Buckethead.
So now we haven't. Oh, you're welcome.
Buckethead.
We haven't seen Buckethead yet. He was actually in chat a little while ago. Might have left when the Blizzard destroyed our internet connection. But he was Hella Chase, I think, is what it is. I don't see it actually. So
I saw him. Hella Chaz.
Hella Chaz, maybe. So yeah, okay. TVT. We haven't done any mirror matchups yet actually today. Poon, I am your family. Remember, we're brothers, so I'm not gonna hurt myself any more than I already do. And Jotun, man, you're very, very welcome for running the event. We will have a Season 4, and if you stick around in the Discord, you can get an exclusive invite to it, I guess. I don't know. That didn't mean that to sound so weird, but...
the invites are pretty exclusive. I haven't been invited.
I mean, if you want to... I used to try to get Poon to play. If I had an extra... Oh, Hella Chaz is here, yeah. If I had an extra... like spot to fill, I used to try to get Poon to play, but he was always like, StarCraft 2 is too scary, I don't want to play. But oh man, I really wish that he would have played in a season of the LMSL.
I think I mean, do you remember way back in the day when we used to play like Mario Kart at Jason's house and he would make you watch your own replay and tell you what you were doing wrong?
Yes.
And it made me irrationally angry.
Yeah, I do.
It was actually pretty... It was pretty constructive. I think if I played like or Poon for that matter, played in this league and then watched our own replay and had people shit talk it the whole time, like it might really help like learn some not even finer points, fundamentals of the game, because you know, we were talking about scouting. If you wanna ever see someone who doesn't scout, you're listening to him right now.
Yeah, but that's okay. Now, thinking about the game here, Shiyi actually opened double gas, but then went Marine first, which, like, I never see that. Because, like, you get the extra gas. Like, see, she's floating 200 gas right now. Normally, you get your... She didn't pull off gas either. This is like a 1-1-1. Maybe she's... Oh, yeah, tech lab. Oh, actually, maybe this is just going to be like a one-base tank push, which is actually pretty strong, especially if it goes unscouted.
Well, now I want to see it. You can't just say one base tank push. And
I mean, I think that's what it is. Like, I think we're gonna... Yeah, so we're seeing the reactor. Like, I think...
Hell yeah, let's go.
This is a way to start a series. Because, like...
You mad lad.
Yeah, oh, man. And it looks...
Mad lass, sorry.
Yeah, I'm sure she doesn't care. And it looks like Buckethead, Hella Chaz, whatever you want to get called. It looks like he's going to be opening up with maybe a tank drop, which is also maybe a little bit more meta, if you will. People also take the faster gases with the more recent play, at least from what I've been looking at. Because, like, my TVT's pretty bad right now, so I have been trying to study it a little bit more.
Right on.
Oh, it's a Cyclone. Maybe it's going to be like a Cyclone drop or something. Or maybe you get the Cyclone first for safety, and then you get the tank. But it looks like Shiyi's just going to yeah, she's just going to do a very fast tank drop. So not nearly as all in as I was thinking, but still very delaying the siege tank and definitely having the potential to not do a ton of damage. Like, she's skipping a Raven, which is very crucial for this matchup currently, and she's got a little bit of an unfortunate supply block at 39, mainly because she delayed her CC for so long. Terrans normally expect that to be where you get the 40, the supply. Okay, this is going basically as well for her as possible.
This looks pretty cool. Yeah, gonna lose the reactor there.
But Helichaz dropping on it. Nothing to protect.
Amazing.
Nothing to protect the siege tank. And now if she loses
another cyclone in the base. Oh my goodness.
Lose this, oh man, what a sick cleanup. Flying over the units. Yep, losing all of it. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Helichaz looking like a Helichad right now.
Absolutely.
That's thick defense.
That was actually awesome. And now he's going to get the Raven. Like, he's getting Ravens. She's going right for Viking, like, air dominance, but... Or, no, wait, she only got 2, and now she's... Wait, is she going to push again? No, she's not. Okay, alright. Okay, good. Because I don't think that she's going to do any damage there, to be honest. Her third CC is... Oh, wow. Helichaz is even faster. Man, this is a really solid game, actually. I'm not sure exactly what league these guys are, but this is looking pretty good. I like this.
Try not to sound too surprised, my friend.
Yeah.
So if you're in Hangaram's position right now, what are you looking for, or what are you looking to do? I guess first of all, defend this drop.
Yeah, defend the drop for sure. It's kind of unfortunate because she has the Viking control, so she could have like been in certain places. But like, this is the idea. She skipped Cyclone, she skipped Raven. So like, I don't know, maybe if like this is just off topic a little bit, but if Helichaz saw this, there's a very real chance that he could open Banshees next game, because Cloak Banshees just devastate if you don't have Cyclone Raven kind of thing.
So much.
I think that she's building, like, I think she's gonna build up to like a big push, maybe centered around just +1 maybe. Like, she does have the finished NG Bay. She's not actually building anything. She's playing bio, makes sense. Oh, maybe she's getting a late Raven. Her build, I'm honestly not as familiar with. Yeah, later Raven, no big deal. I mean, get the air control first and then get the Ravens. I don't know if it actually matters that much, because the idea is that like Helichaz is gonna move out, Helichaz could move out and interference matrix the tanks and then put his tanks in a better position essentially. That's why you get the early game Ravens. And if you can't find good interference matrices, then you just throw down auto turrets, and the DPS and the targeting kind of messes with the tanks and stuff, and you can still take a pretty good fight. But it looks like they're both just willing to take their third bases, and I mean, I think that's totally fine. If you look at Helichaz's base, though, look at how nice the buildings look. Like, this is like a Terran for life. Such nice SimCity. Perfect, like, spaces apart for the tank to get through.
Yeah. Yeah, it's almost hypnotic, you know.
Yeah, getting
scrolling across it.
Getting a 4th Raven. Wow, that's definitely not common. Normally you see like 1, 2, maybe 3. Very rarely do you see 4 Ravens. I wonder if this is like just kind of his own style sort of thing.
Yeah, 4 Raven style. This is a man who knows how to build Ravens.
Yeah, I mean, there are some people that just play mass Raven. You know, like, that's not an unheard of strategy.
No, I've seen it. I think you show me a replay where you did it once.
Maybe. I think, yeah, probably. I was doing it for a while, but I found that it was actually way harder than I thought it was. You know, like, controlling Ravens are not easy, and the amount that Helichaz has, I think that he could just interference matrix all of Shii's tanks and just walk in and win this game. Like, I don't know if that's what's gonna happen or not. I saw that she streamed her games.
Stay tuned, yeah.
I saw she streamed her games. Oh, she's even unsieged. That's even worse, actually. Where did Helichaz scan? Okay, so he's found the army, completely unsieged. She needs to siege. Okay, interference matrix. Yeah, all the interference matrix.
Oh my god, amazing.
And Hella Chaz probably wants to. I mean, you know what? I don't even think he needs to siege his tanks. Oh, but he's going to anyways. And yeah, unfortunately, Shii's tanks are going to get deleted, and I think that that's really pretty much game. She could definitely try to keep playing this out, and it's not impossible to come back from it, but like, these are so many SCVs. Yeah, okay. GG gets called.
Just like that, it's over. The power of the 4 Raven style.
I mean, if you, those are like perfect, those are perfect interference matrices. It's 75 energy each, so your Raven has to have 150 energy, but if you have 4, then you really don't need that much energy, you know, like.
Yeah, you know, teamwork divides. Was it divides the work and multiplies the success?
Nice. Is that what you said in your office today?
No, there's just some stupid poster on the wall there that says that.
Okay. So, spawning in the bottom left, currently down 0-1. Can she come back and take it? I will find out. It is Shi.
And in the top right, up 1-0, it is Buckethead, aka Hella Chaz.
So in TVT here, you can kind of tell what people are doing based on the gas timings. I think it's really uncommon to see Reaper fast expands nowadays, because if you do Reaper fast expands, you can actually just get like basically you get like half proxied, you know, where they build one barracks at home, one barracks across the map, and then they just kind of overwhelm you with Reapers, and it's very hard to hold. People do it, of course, but like, I think it was I Love Oof made a YouTube video explaining how the Reaper fast expand should be dead now, like in the current meta, sort of thing.
What keeps it alive then? Like,
What do you mean?
if it should be dead, presumably because it's too costly an investment with like little chance for reward.
Well, it's
Why
just
does it
because,
still see play?
well,
Just
because
unexpected?
not everybody does, you know, one base, like one proxy and another. Like, he was basically arguing that if people know that you're gonna Reaper fast expand, then they can just hard counter you essentially. Because like,
You
notice
could
here,
say that about just about anything.
of course, but notice here, so Shii's coming in with her scout at a normal scout time. Maybe it's a little late, actually. But generally speaking, the way that now you can play TVT is that you can get this wall off so that she doesn't necessarily know what's on the other side. So she could just, in her mind, think that it's a factory. But really, there could be barracks, like, off to the side of her natural, building a second Reaper. And then the Reapers snowball. Of course, you need to have, you know, a good enough Reaper control, which I never did, which is why I never proxy Reaper. I'm an honorable macro Terran player. But if you have that, so she's
No honor, you mean?
yeah, yeah, exactly. But so she's scouting around, so she's making sure that this is not the case. She must have watched Oof's YouTube video, maybe, or maybe only I watched it. I don't know. I like his stream. I know that you don't know who that is, but I like watching his stream. He streams like mornings, and I get up really early so I can watch it. Like, not specifically so that I can watch it, but like I'm already up, so I do watch it, kind of thing.
Who streams it?
His name's I Love Oof. He's a GM Terran player.
Oh, okay.
Giving some free shout out if people don't know. I mean, go follow him. He's and you're a Terran, I guess. You like Terran players. He's very he talks a lot during his games. He explains his commentary. I like all that stuff. That's how I learn how to not be so bad.
Stuff's really entertaining, you know. Someone of the good showmanship skill, tough to do, tough to pull off when you're doing 10,000 things a minute.
Yeah, it's actually insane. Like, I can't believe people can play at such a high level. Like, I wonder how good they actually are when they're off stream, basically, is what I'm thinking. But, so Shiji's coming down, and she's going to be able to delay the CC. Hella Chaz, taking a second to move, but, like, I actually kind of like hanging out on his ramp. Eating that Reaper Grenade, maybe not the best micro, but, I mean, it's fine. And Shiji's not going to press her advantage. She does have the, like, 5 units, though, so, like, that kind of... Oops, sorry. That can kind of snowball if you aren't careful. Like, let's say she has the 5 units and then Hella Chaz moves into that. It's really easy to lose all those units, and then she still has units. But he gets his Cyclones, Medevacs, Medevac and Marines out pretty quickly. That I think that her moving back was the best call.
good, very good. I mean, see how it goes.
This is so basically this is a very similar build to what Hella Chaz did last game, where he's still dropping with his
Yeah.
cyclones, and it's not that like because last game we didn't get to see it because Shi did a really fast tank drop, so we didn't get to see exactly what he was planning on doing with this. But I'm a little interested in what you want to focus down with your first cyclone, because the cyclone locks onto something, right? And I'm assuming that it's
Yep.
oh, I guess it is an SCV. Because now the units move in, and you just pick up, right? Because nothing can hit. Oh, there is a cyclone. So like Helichaz actually has the chance here to lose everything, and yeah, I think that was almost a perfect defense by Shi. Very, very good job, making it look very good.
You know, they call Hangaram the mop.
Because she's always cleaning up.
Because she cleans up. Yeah.
Nice. So it looks like Helichaz is only going for the single Raven this time, and he's going to switch right to Vikings, I would imagine. So we might see a bit more of an aggressive style. I mean, there still is a third base, so maybe not, but it's not going to be that same interference matrix Chad-like play. And I would think that she's probably taking the watchtowers here. Yes, she is. I like that. On maps where you have watchtowers, you should take them. I think it's a good idea. Oh. Chad Chaddington is in our voice chat right now in the Discord server in a watch party, and that is, I think, the very first time that anyone has ever used that voice chat feature. In that, like, I made it.
The Chad Chaddington?
Yeah, we're gonna watch his game. Not next, after the cell. So the cell will be next, and then we're gonna watch Chad's game. So awesome.
Cool.
I'm glad. I'm happy to hear that people are watching, because I normally I make the schedule based on who I see in chat and stuff, but this time I actually made a schedule based on people we haven't casted yet. So like I actually have a schedule instead of just like a rough collection of notes. You know, like.
Yeah, that's just a bunch of dirty napkins and
Yeah.
sub sandwich wrappers.
Oh yeah, I was in a small. I was subbing in a small town 2 days ago, and they asked me if I wanted to stay for the whole day, and I was like, I didn't bring a lunch or anything, and I'd like never been to this small town before in my life, and they're like, we got a Subway, they'll deliver it, but you got to pay the taxi fee, and I was like, oh, I'm okay, but
Tags.
I'm okay, but thanks, I guess, you know, like.
I think I'd rather starve than eat a sub sandwich that'd been in a taxi.
Well,
But that might just be me.
some of the kids were like, it's great, we're gonna do it, and I was like, oh, that's awesome, but I'm not going to. You know, like I don't really want Subway at all. Like I always feel like I'm getting ripped off by Subway, because I can make myself a sandwich. Like nothing at Subway is overly impressive, at least Canadian Subway. Maybe American Subway's got like the greatest stuff ever, but it's like cold cut.
It's super cheap. Like in the States, to get the really fancy subs, like the Subway Club Melt and the steak and cheese are like $4. But in Canada, if you want the steak and cheese, it's like $9. So I never get it. I usually get like the sub of the day because it's a decent deal.
Yeah.
But I don't go to Subway anymore. The last time they made my sub, it was like they've been like slowly waning on the quality. I don't know if they've been hit extra hard by the pandemic, but now I can't buy sandwiches at Subway or Tim Hortons. I feel like I'm getting ripped off too hard.
At Timmy's, man, I never go to Timmy's unless I'm traveling, like on a road trip. Then it's like, okay, let's go to Timmy's, I guess.
I mean, yeah, exactly, right? Like everyone, it's a good place to get caffeinated, and the donuts are adequate. But like every other food item there is just dog shit. It's really bad.
Yeah. I like how Hangram and Helichaz have been fighting over these watchtowers. Like basically as we're talking, I'm just watching that, you know. So like they're just like taking the watchtowers from each other, and then it's like an escalation of a Cold War, basically. Like I send a Reaper, you send a Hellion, I send 4 Marines, you send a Cyclone, you know, like. And looks like Helichaz tried to get a little bit of SC, or get some work done with some Marines as I was explaining that terrible analogy, and missed it.
Have you ever there's the opposite, and which is more like a slightly Canadian story. So there's an island that I forget the name of off of Greenland that's still technically contested territory between the Danes and the Canadians.
Yes.
And rather than like fight over it, I guess they just like kind of plant a flag and then leave behind an appropriate liquor. So like Canadians leave behind rye whiskey, which is kind of our
Yes.
national booze, and the Danes leave behind schnapps.
Nice. Okay, wait, so Helichaz just
Here we go.
unsieged at his third, which is
Nice.
unfortunate because she's just going to walk in and basically wipe this out. But
Oh, yeah.
does she have anything at home? Because I think we're getting into a base trade, and she's not building a tank, unfortunately. She's missed the tank production cycle, and that's really going to hurt her because Helichaz has tanks at home. So, I mean, if this just comes down to, like, base trade, like, for base trade's sake sort of thing, I think it's going to be a little easier for Helichaz to defend and a little harder for Shi to, like, do nearly as much damage as he's going to do to her. But actually, saying that was actually really sick interference matrices.
Yeah, I was going to say she has the help of some
went
ravens.
3 Raven. Man, this is such a unfortunate circumstance. I hate when my TVTs get like this because, I mean, I actually don't know who wins this. Both units.
It's real coming down to it.
Yeah, I mean, maybe Helichaz, if he can siege the high ground, because his production's still, like, quote, safe, you know? Like, he's not making anything else. So, like, if he can kind of... Yeah, I think Helichaz has this. He's going to whittle down Shi's forces. And she has to capitalize on that interference matrix tank. Trying to with the... What do you call it again? The auto turret. And it goes down. Okay, so... it's basically everyone's on each other's production here. The siege tank, like in siege mode, makes their DPS a lot slower. But if... Nice move by Helichaz, because that siege tank can't kill this Marine right here. And I think that's going to be GG. Yeah, there it is.
Damn. Real barn burner.
Man, that was awesome. So Helichaz, welcome to the round of 16. Okay, now... Okay, we're going to Group A. The Learners match.
I gotta find out what was on this guy's sandwich, sorry.
Oh, do you see Chad Chaddington is apparently eating Subway right now.
Damn. California turkey.
I mean,
that sounds pretty good.
I love the Italian bread. Like, I do.
I mean, so sandwiches, Subway, underrated. Man, nobody underrates sandwiches. Sandwiches are like the best type of food.
I do.
Who's underrating sandwiches? Tell them to come to my house.
I love sandwiches too. Okay, wait, let's do the intros and then I can tell you about how much I love sandwiches. So,
all right, let's do it, buddy.
Okay, top right, the Green Zerg playing for SC Swarm. I bet you he knows Dick Cheney. It is the Cell.
And spawning in the left corner, it is the Orange Terran Lockhead.
Okay, so I don't know exactly when I realized that you can do this, but I just fry all my sandwiches now. You know, like, it doesn't even matter really what's on. Well, I mean, it kind of matters, but, like, I basically just, like, get, like, you know, a little bit of tasty tomato. I get some cheese. I get some sort of meat. I put it in between some bread, maybe some lettuce, and I just fry that shit. And
nice.
It doesn't even matter. It's just always good. Oh, nom 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 nom. What about you?
My favorite sandwich, if I had to choose, is like the Cubano. So it's kind of like your marinated pork shoulder, and then you do ham, Swiss cheese, tons of mustard, tons of pickles, and then you can, like, if you got a panini press, fry it that way.
I actually love
hell of a good sandwich.
Like a Reuben, yeah. That's true. I'm super down for that. It's unfortunate that we're doing this right now because I didn't eat yet. So yeah. I guess I get to be hungry.
Oh, sorry, buddy.
That's okay. I'll drink some water. That might help.
Nice. Lauren and I had those chicken Caesar salads that we had when you guys came to visit. Same thing for dinner tonight. It was pretty good.
Yeah. We ate pretty good when we were there. Hey, where do you guys get that ginger beer? Whitney wanted that ginger beer.
Which it was the Fever Tree.
I don't know. I only had one kind. It was from Costco, right?
Yeah, it was from Costco, yeah. You can
Okay.
get it. I don't know if you guys have Farm Boy out west, but you can definitely get it at Farm Boy as
I don't
well.
think we have Farm Boy out here.
Maybe just the safe way. Is that where you guys?
We do have Safeways, yeah. we go to the Save on Foods though, because it's closest to our place.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so Lockhead's actually going for a 2-on-1. I don't know the timings for a 2-on-1, I have to be honest, but I feel like you get a factory too. He can even afford a factory, so yeah, I'm not sure exactly how to do this. Looks like the Reaper Micro is going okay in the sense that some Zerglings are bruised and the Reaper is not dead, so I'm happy, very proud of that. Double inject from the cell. I'm pretty sure, unless you're being super aggressive, you can't afford that. And the second queen actually should drop the tumor, but again, I don't play these races. Well, I play Terran, but I don't play Zerg. But I remember that's what Poon would tell me when we were playing Archon. So, I don't know. He gets really weirdly into things, so there's a very real chance that it's true. But now it looks like he has, now the creep tumor is going down, so whatever.
Will he lose this Overlord?
This is the perfect pylon that you can actually see from the high ground, so yes, he's gonna lose that even if it made it there. If Lockhead knows about the sneaky trick, then it was gonna die either way.
Okay. We had a question from Agent Steel in the chat, wondering if we already casted the Group F Learners match.
No, we didn't. I don't think we're going to get to that one today, but if there is... I mean, like, if you really want, we could probably do it next week, depending on how long the decider matches are. I don't mind writing that down if you want to, Agent. Yeah, I don't know. It's I have the timings down. I don't think we're going to be able to fit it in today, but I mean, we can see. But I don't think so. I apologize. So the cell's getting blind spores behind the mineral line. Yeah, pretty blind because the cell hasn't really seen much of the base. Even after getting Overlord speed, it's too bad that he lost that Overlord on his side of the map.
Yeah, it's always a pain in the ass to lose that Overlord.
Yeah, Lockhead? No, actually, nah.
What do we see for tech here? We got a Baneling nest coming up in the natural.
And Hive, and I remember Raynor was talking... Oh, nice. That was a perfect scout. The Overlord saw that the 2-on-1 was leaving the base, and Lockhead doesn't have the amount of Marines that you would expect. Like, he doesn't have full 2 medevacs. I'd never 2-on-1, so I'm not exactly sure this build order, but I think the cell is gonna need Banelings here pretty soon. His Baneling nest has finished, but it's gonna be slow Banelings to Lockhead's stim. This might actually just be a...
Oh, get those... Oh, he's gonna retreat from the Lings.
I don't know what he's retreating to, unless he somehow knew that those Overlords were there, but that was a little unfortunate because I think that was an opportunity for Lockhead to just do a ton of damage, actually.
Oh, yeah. Call it a missed opportunity, but we can see how he pivots out of it here. I mean, do you think it would be worthwhile to look to the back of the base here? Or is
Well, so Banelings are very... so slow Banelings are very slow, especially off creep. And
yeah,
Lockhead did a good job of stopping the creep there, so, I think the cell's... I think it's smart to move in with the broodlings there, but double dropping. Oh, I like this. I'm not sure exactly Lockhead's multitasking ability, but if he can sustain this, this looks like it's actually a lot of pressure on the cell, and I think it's going to be pretty hard for for him to kind of take advantage of this as long as Lockhead doesn't eat a gigantic Baneling hit. The cell
honestly, I'm still pretty blown away by the double drop there. Didn't expect that at all. But I mean, the cell, I think, handled it reasonably well.
Yeah, but now see, man, Lockhead's so cautious. I think he could have fought a lot longer there, but if he doesn't feel comfortable clicking on Banelings, because it can be pretty annoying to click on Banelings, And he doesn't know. I guess he doesn't know that Baneling speed hasn't even started yet. Like I feel like if Lockhead knew that Baneling speed hadn't even started, he would be staying a lot longer than what he's doing right now because like that really looked like an opportunity that he maybe could have killed all those Zerglings before the Banelings actually made it.
Yeah.
So Baneling speed has started now. Oh, the cell has a macro hatch. I didn't even notice, which is totally fine. If you're floating minnows, you should get it. It's always a good investment.
No such thing as too many macro hatches, guys.
I think that this has the potential to be a cancel. Lockhead is a little unlucky that the Queens can actually hit the medevacs from here, but pulling the Zerglings back is definitely a right call. Maybe the cell needed slightly more Banelings, but Lockhead's not dealing with these ones. He's just kind of avoiding them, so I guess it doesn't really matter either way. Oh, the cell's actually, he heard you. He's going for another 2 macro hatches and an infestation pit.
Oh, buddy, let's go.
I mean, he's got the economy. Like, he's not mining all of his gases.
He does.
But he's got a fair amount of... Well, he's got a fair amount of drones. I guess he actually doesn't have that many now that I look at it. He's got 53 drones. So it's not like he's got like a crazy drone number, but he hasn't taken like insane amounts of damage to this. Lockhead, though, trading so well.
Trifical hooks just up now. So those Banes are going to start moving a little bit different.
Yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. And it is hard to deal with Banelings if you don't feel comfortable in your ability to click them. Oh, pretty big Baneling hit there. I think I just missed it. That was some pretty nice focus fire on the Banelings, though. Lockhead clicking on them when they have... Maybe he was waiting for Baneling speed to be able to show off how good he is at clicking them. But he's getting... He's playing mech. Wow, this... I won... The cell, be honest, between me, you, and the chat, did you know that he was playing mech? Because I would 100% think he was playing bio if he opens 2-on-1 and then continues to, like, you know, stim around and be super annoying with medevacs and everything.
It's all Greek to me, man. I don't know anything about Terran play.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, I guess I do know what the difference of, you know, what the composition's gonna look like. But if I had gone into the base and seen a couple tanks, I wouldn't have thought much of it. Although, you know, with 10 factories or whatever, 5 factories in the main, I guess it is pretty obvious.
I think you would have known.
Second one. But yeah, I'm definitely not giving myself enough credit here.
Yeah.
But
because I was actually thinking it was kind of strange that Lockhead didn't have combat shields yet. Because, like, he should have definitely had that. That was a bit of an unfortunate running his own Hellions into a corner, but they're actually trading really well because they have Blue Flame, whatever that's called, pre-ignite or whatever. And Hydras aren't super great against mech. Like Ling Bane isn't that great against mech either. So I don't know if the cell knew that mech was the case, but maybe when you see those 10 Hellions, you start to think that's kind of strange.
even for like picking up something a little that slaps a little harder against those medevacs, if he was expecting bio and continued drops, like I could see Hydras, but
yeah, exactly.
You're right. Against mech, not a great investment.
Yeah, I mean, different people have different strategies, right? Like I see people play Hydra, like because I play mech, right? So if I see someone going Hydra, I'm normally pretty happy about it because it's not Roach Ravager, Corruptor, or anything like that. Like I find that stuff a little bit more powerful against mech, personally.
Sure, yeah. Well, I mean, a lot of mech units are slow and probably prone to getting hit by the old Ravager boys. Precisely.
But yeah, I really like the, I don't know, subterfuge maybe? I'm not sure if that's exactly the right word, but Lockhead did lose a lot of supply though, and there is, does he have smart servos? He does have smart servos, so he can pretty quickly change to Hellbats. And he's got such an interesting Sim City too. So I don't, good. The cell's moving back, definitely not wanting to move up this ramp, and it seems like there's Zerglings. Oh, Zerglings, wow, Zerglings are killing a lot of SCVs actually. Lockhead doesn't seem to know that they're there. On the other side of the map actually, he's Hellbat attacking, and Hellbats are good against light units, so Hydras and Zerglings. The only problem is they have to get to them, and without like tanks and stuff backing them up, they don't do too much damage. And also, those Zerglings somehow killed 19 SCVs, so good. Oh, and there must have been a Baneling run by. Man, this game is action-packed.
Oh yeah. Yeah, no kidding. Don't know what's gonna happen next.
Huh. Double ghost production from Lockhead. Now that's something that I do not build when I'm playing mech. I do not build ghosts.
Now that's a unit I haven't built in a very long time.
At least in a TVZ.
Yeah, right?
I definitely know that they're good for sniping Vipers, which, I mean, perfect timing. I don't know. Oh.
Researching neural parasite too in the infestation pit. Like, what is going on here, man?
I mean,
that's amazing.
Yeah, it's pretty good against mech units if you can burrow and they don't have detection. But Lockhead has 2 Ravens, so that likely shouldn't be able to happen. Lockhead's getting into a cool position here where it's going to be pretty hard to break his tank line. Oh, and the cell just decides to GG instead. So
didn't like the look of that approach from the Terran player, and Lockhead takes it 1-0 so far.
Yeah, so jumping into game number 2. Yeah, so like I know the ghosts are definitely good for sniping lurkers, sniping vipers, and things like that. I just wonder what Lockhead saw that made him want to switch to that. Like switch to ghost production, unless it's just like a timing maybe. Like he just decides like now is the time that I build.
Now is the time.
Yeah. So currently currently down 0-1. It's the green Zerg player, the Cell.
And up 1-0. The orange Terran, Lockhead.
Sniping queens, yeah.
That was a big game. We saw a lot of variation in units, a lot of researched abilities, man. Like,
yeah, that was some big brain.
It was wild.
You know, like really good play from both players. It seems like these guys are pretty evenly matched, and I mean, I like that in a series. Like, I like when we actually have evenly matched players, and it doesn't always happen in the round of 32. So it's nice that it actually, you know, we get to see it. Like,
yeah, right.
Who likes stomps? So early pool out of the Cell this time. I had said, and maybe it's unfair of me to say, but SC Swarm is normally a team with very aggressive Zerg players. So this doesn't surprise me that the Cell is going for an early pool. I wonder if it's going to be with like a... Okay, so he is getting the second base, it looks like. So there is still a chance for it to be like even more aggressive with like a Roach follow-up or something, but it's not like exclusively one base, which probably is just bad in itself.
No, not like the game we watched earlier tonight with the very heavy Zergling all in. So we're gonna have...
Do you remember last week when we watched GGG get the one base Nidus?
Yes. I do remember that.
Oh, so
that was the only game we've seen the Nidus network come up.
Wait, did Lockhead just miss the Roach Warren? Oh my god, that's so unfortunate. I was just about to make a big deal about how he happened to see it, and then he just missed the Roach Warren because he decided to pull his SCV back there.
That's interesting. So, I mean, I guess he'll... So how differently would he defend against Lings versus Roaches? So if he's expecting Lings and all of a sudden a bunch of Roaches march in, what's that going to do for him? To him?
It really just depends on how he opens, but like, and also the defense that he likes to get. Euthermal made a video saying that against Roaches, siege tanks are a good defense because people were getting Cyclones a lot. It kind of takes down the high ground Overlord, but once it's locked on, and the lockdown is on cooldown, then the Cyclone is a little useless. So the siege tank can continuously keep firing. I think, though, Lockhead doesn't realize how aggressive this is going to be, but maybe he does. I mean, like, he's not sending the Reaper across the map, and I really like how the Cell, if you can see the Lings are, like, kind of patrolling where the Reaper would jump up to, like, really stop them from being able to see the Roach Warren.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what the Reaper gets to do, but, like, I mean, a 2-1...
The third hatch going down, maybe he's decided against an early
well, he's
early
going across
attack.
the map, so
yeah.
it's just not like it's just not crazy all in, you know. Like I mean, if he does the damage that he wants to do, likely he'll drone out of it. That would be my guess.
No,
And
I like it. I like this look a lot, actually.
yeah, okay, so Lockhead was gonna get Stim, and then he changed his mind and he got a tank and a bunker. So like I think this is basically the best defense, but it might be a little too late because the roaches are already up here, and you need 3 roaches to one-shot a Marine. There are 4 roaches, and I don't think this bunker's ever gonna finish. Maybe it will actually if you bring this many SCVs, but oh, how did that miss that SCV? Okay, never mind.
That was surprising, yeah. Oh, come on, baby.
Yeah, no, the repair is definitely going to be good enough. Repair a good unit, but I mean, this is still a lot of SCVs going down. With the tank,
Yep.
With the tank, it's fine, I guess. You know, like the Reaper on. Oh, the Reaper being micros nice on the other side. 2 drones going down. Unfortunately, the moment we focus on it, then it dies. But you know, still getting 2 drones is good.
We can still talk about it.
Yeah. And now Lockhead, I mean, this is a part that I always find challenging personally after I've been cheesed by Zerg, is that you have to find out, like, figure out what are they going to do next? Like, are we playing a macro game now? Are they going into a cheeky Spire? You know, like, and Lockhead did have the, so he's seen the 3rd base, but he hasn't seen it finished yet. I don't think he saw the drone saturation, so he's not actually sure that the cell has this many drones. If he threw out a scout, I don't think, or a scan, I don't think I would be like really angry about that. But I do like that he's cleaning and taking his natural. It's definitely the right call here in this situation.
Sure, man. Got to keep that economy strong.
Yeah.
Create some jobs. How are we looking for? Also, we're working on saturation. 3rd with the cell.
Yeah.
What are we looking at for tech? So
he's got a
that
lair.
early roach warren. He's got the lair, so he's gonna go for some speedy roaches. But will he build burrowing claws?
I doubt it. What's your bounty for next week, Maddie? What do you want to see? You got to see Blackburn.
I mean,
this week.
I did get to see Blackburn finally. I mean, I'm still waiting to see burrow roaches, but I think that's even less likely. If anything could be less likely than Blackburn.
Well, there you go, Zergs. If you're listening, Maddie wants to see some burrowed roaches next week. If you've got a build with burrowed roaches and you think that you'll win with it, because like don't play one that you're gonna lose because it's this deciders match, you know. So like you have to.
Yeah,
win
I don't want you to.
Yeah.
I don't want you to lose on my account. Mostly just a meme. Gotta love burrowed roaches. Is there anything? What do you want to see next week, Jeff? Anything you haven't seen yet that you'd like to see, maybe from the Terran players? The Nidus network going down.
Oh, honestly, I'm actually really happy with how the season's going, and like this has probably been my best season yet. Like, I'm just happy. Like everyone's being nice to each other. There hasn't been like you'd be shocked at how in previous seasons how I had to like not discipline people because that's the wrong word, but like try to get people to be nice to each other. Like it's actually insane.
Reprimand them.
Yeah, like it's like why do we have to do this? We're adults, I'm assuming. You know, like.
I don't think I'd be surprised.
Yeah, I guess. Okay, so this game is a little different because the cell has roaches now. Oh, and he's splitting his army actually really well.
And dog.
So I don't think that Lockhead's really going to find any damage here, but I think he's going to keep the Cell's army at home. Like, what I would do if I was Lockhead is just kind of, like, threaten the drop, but never actually drop, because I don't think you're really going to find any damage, other than, like, the occasional Overlord that's, like, out on the map, or to, like, quickly clear creep, and then kind of go home. But...
Oh, the Nidus drop coming down on the other side of the map.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Lockhead actually just missed this one too. So like, this is like the most unfortunate game for Lockhead because he just missed the Roach Warren, and now he's just missing the Nidus. So that hearing that is literally his first time, and he even scans, which is minus 300 minerals. And I think that you just give this. I think you just kind of give your base up here. Like, I don't think you're defending this. He's trying to fight on the other side of the map, which I do like, tasking the cells multitasking. I think he's going to lose a lot of SCVs in this fight, though. And the Roaches are relatively good against Marines. So it looks like there's actually a pretty nice cleanup, but I think that this does more damage. probably even than the cell was thinking it would do. And he drops the creep tumor, so that means that Lockhead has to spend another 300 minerals to basically get the creep out of his base. There's a chance that these Zerglings are just, yeah, the wall is totally open. The Zerglings have the potential to just, yeah, and they're in.
Damn. Just a huge amount of damage coming in from the cell.
So another Nidus is down, and Lockhead just calls GG. That's fair.
Yeah. Is this our first series that's gone to 1-1?
Yeah, I think so. At least today. Not in the whole thing.
Today, well, today, absolutely.
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah, no, we have had a game 3 because I've said it before.
Okay. Here we go, 2,000 atmospheres.
Just catching up on the chat, but I do actually know Ruff's for ghost timing if you're still there, Neo. But and I like it. I learned it for a tournament a fairly long time ago. It's pretty hard to pull off if you don't practice it a lot, but it's actually a super cool build. I like it a lot. So 1-1 right now. The green Zerg playing for SC Swarm. It is the Cell.
And also at 1-1, the orange Terran Lockhead.
So this is tournament life is on the line for somebody here. Like, this is as nail biting as it can be, really, to be honest. Like, we're looking at someone being eliminated, and it could really be either of these guys. Like, these guys are now in a best of 1.
Yeah, I really have to say I was impressed with the opening and Nidus follow-up from the Cell in the last game. Thought it was a really good look for him, truthfully.
Yeah.
And likewise, also really impressed with mech play from Lockhead in game 1. So I'm anxious to see what happens here. So the Swarm also again with or the Swarm, the Cell with an early pool again.
Yeah, early pool. I think this is a faster hatch than his last game. I'm not 100% sure. I don't exactly remember, but Lockhead's gonna come in, and with no gas being taken or anything, I don't think we're gonna see a Roach follow-up. At least not as quickly this time. But I could be wrong. I don't know these build orders all that well. So we see the 6 Lings, and now Lockhead has to decide if he wants to take the low ground CC or take a high ground CC. Because he's scouting a little bit earlier than I would, normally my scout doesn't get there for another 15 seconds, so my CC would already be on the low ground, and I'd be like, how am I going to defend this? But Lockhead is taking the low ground CC, which means his Reaper has to stay home. He can't send his Reaper across the map, and it can't get surrounded right away. Because if it does, then that's just kind of game, you know?
Yeah.
Unfortunate supply block for the Cell. His first queen is mighty delayed here. And wait, oh yeah, okay. So does this Reaper get immediately surrounded and killed? No. Good. oh, no. Hey, pretty good micro. So the CC gets delayed, and I don't think that the Cell is going to really find any more damage here.
You know, sometimes we lower our walls at inappropriate times, but
yes, that definitely does happen.
Not today.
And the Cell's already taking a third base. That was a pretty good defense by Lockhead here. Like, he even went the reactor, which the Cell saw, but he couldn't see anything past that. I wonder if the Cell assumes that... I mean, because Lockhead's been opening 2-1-1 every game, so I would imagine that the Cell probably knows that this is going to come again, and I wonder how he's going to change what happened in game 1 to make sure that game 1 doesn't happen again.
I think that slight economic delay, you know, maybe taking advantage with that third base, but can't help but feel that that's pretty greedy, you know, but I want to see how it works.
Yeah, he's got the... Like, the Cell has the time because the 2-1-1 doesn't move out for, like, another 3 minutes, I think, roughly. Because, like, Lockhead's been doing it all day, so if that is indeed what the plan is, because I guess the cell doesn't actually know. There's a chance that it might be something else. So he maybe wants to get an Overlord scout into the base in like another minute, maybe. Lockhead is going to find the Roach Warren, so he knows he's playing against roaches again. And is the Reaper going to survive? No,
Ooh.
unfortunate.
Queen hits him with the fade away,
Yeah,
and
nice.
then has a celebratory poop.
Yeah. So yeah, so there it is. The cell's getting a lot of roaches, but I would imagine that these are probably going to be defense roaches. We don't see roach speed yet, and I think that would probably be pretty necessary in this matchup. Lockhead's gonna move out with his 2-1-1 a little bit earlier than in previous games, but not with a full medevac. So I think it's about a minute earlier, but he's missing 3 Marines. And it looks like the cell is actually just going to move across, and they are 2 ships in the night again. If that was them. I don't remember if that was them or that was other people.
I think that was not them. That might have been Jotun game.
Maybe. So this is actually a really big attack and is pretty hard to defend as Lockhead because he's only got 4 Marines. No bunkers or anything. Oh, and the wall's down.
Oh my goodness.
Fight on top of the wall. Yeah, okay, I like this. It's okay. But on the other side, Lockhead is doing a fair amount of damage, and I'm not. Okay, so the cell's actually going home. So the cell is doing a fair amount of economic damage, taking down third base. But on the other side, he's losing like his entire mineral line essentially, and maybe the lair. If he loses the lair, that would really suck to reset his tech like that. Looks like the Ravengers are in the main, but the tanks are cleaning. Like, this should get cleaned up relatively easily. The tank doesn't even die.
Right.
But this is a lot of Zerglings. Holy man. And the wall is down.
Wall's down.
The wall is down, and Lockheed is actually incredibly supply blocked and not building any SC or not building any supply depots. So this game is really scrappy. I think that those Marines should live and win that fight, but oh, he wasn't even mining there. Oh yeah, okay, that's rough. I think the cell's gonna win this game, just on this whole fact that he's still mining. Actually, getting the wall there and sending his things back to, or sending his SCVs back to mine. I guess it's really anybody's game, still somehow.
Still got some light droning coming out from the cell, but you know, Lockhead, you know, just having caught up with his supply.
Where's the cell has 2 queens and they have a lot of energy actually, so he could really try injecting a little bit in. It's kind of okay. So it kind of sucks that Lockheed is trying to play mech with this. Oh no, this is not GG.
Oh, that's too bad.
Okay, that was unfortunate. I guess Lockheed didn't realize what a position the cell was in. Fair enough. Congratulations for living the cell. Lockheed Lockheed is eliminated from the tournament. Thanks for playing, man. Okay.
Congrats, Cell. Really good game. Really good games from both players.
Yeah. Okay, so now we're moving to our final group of the night. We're gonna go to the learners match first. Game.
Is this the last game?
No, we have 2 series left.
2 series.
Yeah. So we casted one of these guys before, Madman.
We casted what, sorry?
We casted one of these guys before. Sorry, I was reading the chat.
Speed of our, yeah, we
But Neo said he won and conceded. What a true Chad. And I also think, I mean, it is what it is. So we got a PvP now. Both of these guys on Platinum Heroes, actually. Speed of Art, I guess he's from EU, so maybe he's just not on the NA team. But spawning in the top left, the purple Protoss player, it is Madman, or Speed of Art, whatever he wants to be called.
And spawning in the bottom right is the teal Protoss, also representing PT Hero, Canadian Bacon.
Yeah.
I said also, but
well, on Discord he's actually Canadian Bank, I thought, unless I've been reading his Discord name wrong for the whole tournament, which is definitely possible. I mean, it is what it is. A Legacy has arrived. Wonderful to see you, A Legacy. A Legacy played Roy this week.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Well, we won't have time to cast it, but I think we'll be casting A Legacy next week, if you know what I mean.
I don't.
I'm saying that he lost to Roy.
Yeah, I understand.
Oh, okay. It's hard to tell sometimes, you know, because you're a little slow.
Yeah, I've pretty flat affect. It's
Yeah. So Madman's actually playing. Like, they're playing the same build, but Madman's gates are a little slower, but his gas is a little faster. Okay. I mean, in this matchup, all I can really do is just point out the obvious. But, you know.
Oh, in Protoss,
Yeah.
You want to talk about sandwiches some more? Or?
There's a restaurant here. It's like a fast food chain or something. It's called Mary Brown's Chicken. I don't think we have it out east, eh?
We do, yeah.
Oh, you do? Okay, never mind. I just never seen it before. It's really good. I like it.
They were, because this is the type of article I read,
Yeah.
they were ranked the best fast food chicken sandwich in Canada right now.
Nice.
Up against,
KFC.
you know, Popeye. Well, no, Popeyes, KFC, A&W, etc.
That's fair. People really like Popeyes. One time, Poon made us travel to Malaysia, like to do a layover in the Malaysian airport, specifically so that we could get Popeyes from the Malaysian airport when we were going to Thailand. Yeah.
I mean, I like Popeyes as much as the next guy.
Yeah, but do you like it as much as Poon does?
No, I don't think so, because I doubt that I would spend extra time in Malaysia just to have.
That was it, yeah. We got the layover that went specifically through Malaysia so that we could eat Popeye's chicken. And then Lycan, the mad lad, got fish instead, and Poon was so angry at him.
Why?
Because it's a chicken place, apparently.
No, it's like a Cajun food. They also have, like, shrimp. That's just as big a part of, like, Cajun-style cooking as chicken is.
Well, you have to talk to Poon next time you see him.
Poon needs to... Poon shouldn't get his nose so out of joint over stupid shit.
But he's a food guy. You know that, right?
No, I didn't really know that.
Oh, okay. Well, one time we went all around Hong Kong, going to, like, all the Michelin restaurants and stuff, and then he just spoke Cantonese to everybody, and we got really good food. It was actually really good.
That sounds...
so
we have a proxy warp gate.
Yeah, I was just about to say that. We got some pretty intense aggression coming out of Madman. Unfortunately for him, Canadian Banks shield battery just finished, but I think that he could probably just pop him. Yeah, so there's one. Force field gets used. I don't know why he's going for the sentries. Maybe because he's scared of, what do you call it? What's that? Guardian shield. Maybe he's scared of Guardian shield. But this is a very dedicated attack from Madman. Now that what do you call it? Now the Nexus is finished, he can use the super battery. And it probably, yeah, so he does use this one, and I think Madman really needs to get out of here. But all you gotta really do is wait for it to wear off, and then you're good. Like, Canadian Bank still doesn't have Warp Gate yet, and it's basically gonna finish. So he should cancel this Stalker, I think, and yeah, and then Warp Gate's just gonna finish. Yeah, perfect, excellent job, Canadian Bank. But now that there's no skill battery, I don't know exactly. Like, I think Madman's just gonna take this, right? Like, there's no battery at all. Probes can attack Stalkers because, I mean, of the low DPS, and Canadian Bank does have a fair amount of probes to lose, comparatively at least. But I think this is still going to be a very hard hold.
Oh boy. Big pylon to lose.
Yeah, an unfortunate pylon to lose even. I think that if Madman just kind of walks up the ramp, depowers those gateways, and he forgot Warp Gate, that explains why it was... that explains why it was so delayed. So
Damn.
now we're going
Tough
into
break for Canadian Bank.
game number 2. Okay, so game number 2. Madman takes game number 1. Okay, he's currently spawning in the top right. The purple Protoss player currently up 1-0. It is Madman.
And in the bottom left, it is the blue Protoss representing physiotherapy hero, Canadian Bank.
Now, we have another mirror matchup, so do you think we're going to see a macro game or a bit more of some cheeky cheek?
There's going to be some cheeky cheek for sure. But we'll see who pulls the cheek trigger first.
Yeah. Let's see. Gateway. No scout coming out of Madman. I don't remember. We were talking so much about Chicken that I don't remember if he scouted last game or if he just went directly into a proxy. But I think Canadian Bacon is... No, or sorry, now I'm saying it. I think Canadian Bank is scouting. And I think Madman, I think, is also scouting. So I think we're just getting a double gateway-esque scout.
I mean, it's spelled bacon here, so I think it's okay to...
I mean, I love Canadian bacon. You know, like I know that not every, like Canadian bacon's not for everybody, but I think Canadian bacon is just delicious.
I haven't had it in a really long time.
No? I mean, that's
No.
fair. Like, where would you get it? It's not like people cook it for themselves because it's easier to get just normal bacon.
Yeah, that's true. We used to get it quite often.
Oh yeah? Like when you went out for breakfast, or like to like cook? Canadian bacon is just ham. I can see why someone may think that, like, you know, to the untrained mind, you could consider it ham if you really wanted
to the
chaddest of chads, if you will.
To the plebe cast.
Yeah. So neither of them are expanding right now. This looks a lot like what PvP used to look like before the battery, and maybe still does look like. Honestly, I actually have no idea. But normally now, I think it's a little bit more meta to see the single gate expand, and it's a little unfortunate for Canadian Bank here because he did not wall off, at least in a way that you normally wall off. So the Adepts can actually get by the Stalkers here, and yeah, there's not really much he can do about it unless he builds another building, but I think he might not. I mean, he must be able to. There's no way that the pilot... I think he maybe just messes the wall up a little bit.
Hope so.
So we'll see what these Adepts are able to do. The Adept shade in, and they don't see a Nexus yet. Canadian Bank is actually keeping his probe at his side of his map. Sorry, at Madman's side of the map. I actually kind of like this to get a little bit more additional scouting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's not even a wall between the gateways? Oh, that's unfortunate. I don't think these are going to get that much damage, though. Depends on the focus fire. So far, so good, actually. 3. And the shade out, 2. Okay. Those are a little bit unfortunate move commands, but 1 does actually escape, so hey, good for you. Good for Madman.
That is pretty funny. I wouldn't have thought anything between those gates.
Yeah.
But here we are. The Oracle, eh?
Oh.
Coming out for Speed of Art. It's at the back of Speed of Art's base.
Okay, let's watch it go across the map unless something else happens. Canadian Bacon's actually getting in with a scout, but he's not going far enough to see the Stargate. Now he is. Okay, so he sees the Stargate now, and I would imagine that that means that he needs to put stalkers at his mineral lines, but I don't know how many stalkers you actually need. I would think maybe at least 3, probably.
I mean, we have 4 stalkers in the mineral line. I hope that Oracle doesn't go too deep. It's too deep. That's not.
Yep. No, no, that was
Good call.
that was definitely very easy to lose there. Oh, and I see some random person has just joined the chat and is talking about things that she doesn't know about.
Oh, what are you talking about? She knows a ton.
I mean, she did play StarCraft that one time with us and was very impressive looking.
I mean, I think she did better than other people in the game.
Yeah, but don't you remember when you played under her account?
Did I do that?
Yeah, I remember when it was my birthday
No,
2 years ago.
I remember your birthday. I don't remember. Did I play for Lauren?
Yeah, I thought you did. I thought you played for Lauren, and then
We switched
I remember I was
yeah.
I was like, wow, Lauren's actually doing pretty good, and Matt's really bad at this game. You know, like.
and it probably didn't take you long to put together. You know.
No, it took me
something
long.
was awry.
Well, because Lauren is a gamer. Like she's better at games than me too. You know, like I just thought that
Yeah.
she put a little bit of effort into StarCraft 2 and decided to learn it, even though she kept saying nonstop that she hated the idea of the game.
Just watched all of Papa Vibu's videos and then was an expert.
Canadian Bank's probe was still in the base there. Like that was so long actually. Hanging out
That's
on
a
that base.
lot of value. He'll be remembered.
Yeah, but the only unfortunate thing is that I guess all he really got to see was when the 3rd and 4th gas goes down, and I don't really know how much that matters in this matchup. Probably a fair amount, actually. It's probably good to know that your opponent is getting a 3rd and 4th gas before taking a 3rd base, because that means that they'd be going a little bit more tech-heavy. I actually don't know what Madman's tech is. He's got, like, a Void Ray and a Warp Prism? Like, I don't know what this is, Yeah,
The classic Void Ray drop, you know?
yeah, I'm actually not sure what this is, what we're looking at here, which is no big deal. I mean, I don't understand this matchup very well, and perhaps he's just kind of playing his own style.
Oh, we'll see what happens. I'm really interested in this Warp Prism at the moment.
Yeah. Oh, there's a Dark Shrine, actually. So maybe he just kind of timed this a little wrong? Because if you even look at the Dark Shrine, it's proxied. Like, Madman was like 100% trying to hide this, which is definitely good because Canadian Bank has really been, like, A+ scouting. You know, he's constantly sending these hallucinated phoenixes. He's right now looking for the 3rd base. Is he going to see the Dark Shrine?
He's gonna find it.
He does see it. Does he click on it? I don't know. That's a different thing. But, like, he actually saw that, and I think he's sending his army. Oh, maybe just sending his army out to cancel the 3rd base. This is going to be a little bit of an awkward encounter here. Both armies moving to the other side of the map, but Madman has the ability to warp in DTs, and Canadian Bank doesn't have any detection.
Well, let's get to it.
Yeah, so Guardian Shield gets used, but unfortunately there's nothing here to protect from. You know, like, oh, and a recall is available, so Canadian Bank is recalling his units. But again, there are these DTs and there's no answer to them. Well, he's got Blink, so he tries to Blink on the Immortals, but I think that actually helped the, like, Madman's army to defeat Canadian Banks. And now he's taking... Well, he's taking down the 3rd base. So essentially that was 3rd base for 3rd base. No, it wasn't, because Madman got the cancel at least. So that's definitely a worse trade for Canadian Bank. Nice force fields, but still no detection.
Yeah,
now there's detection. Perfect. Okay, Super Battery gets used, but DTs actually do an insane amount of damage, and I don't know if they can be healed through. Now they definitely can, since there's only, well, no DTs alive now. So high, no, what is that called? Templar Archives. Sorry, Templar Archives for Canadian Bank, perhaps to switch into Archons. I think I like Canadian Bank's position a little bit better because I think it'd be really hard for Madman to move up this ramp. But Madman does have a third base. Hmm. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think if they run into each other, man, like, do you think Archons are good against Stalkers? Like, Archons have to get so close, and Stalkers are such range units. Like, I would feel like you use the Archons against the Zealots more.
Yeah, I don't really know anything about when to use Archons.
Yeah.
They're kind of a mystery to me. I don't.
They're like glass cannons, essentially. They have,
Yeah.
like really low HP, higher shields, but they basically have to be hugging the unit before they're actually doing any damage.
I see.
Canadian,
Do they deal any AOE?
yeah,
or
they
no?
do. They have
Any
splash,
splash?
yeah.
Yeah.
They have
Okay, I
splash,
thought so.
so they're good for zealots. Now, unfortunately, Madman just donates that prism, and I guess
Oh.
Madman's feeling like he's got to go home, which is fair. I mean, he was totally overstaying his welcome. Especially without the War Prism, there's no way to easily reinforce. Maybe Canadian Bank can just go and walk across the map and win? Like, Madman really doesn't have that much stuff. How many gates does he have? He's got 8 gates. He's not really producing all that consistently off of them, though. So the Stalkers are in the front, and the Zealots can't make it to the fight, so that's a bit of a challenge here. Now blinking out of the way means that the Zealots can get into the fight, and there's no super battery, so maybe this actually is just an easy clean for Canadian Bank. Yeah, there it is.
Very nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess they did work really well against the DTs. You're absolutely right, Neo.
Perfect counter against DTs and charge lots.
Yeah. So, hey, we got another game 3 here.
Damn.
So, spawning in the top left, the purple Protoss. Can he, I guess, stay alive in this tournament? It is Madman.
In the bottom right, 1-1 in the series, representing PT Hero, it is Canadian Bacon. Or Bank.
Perhaps a big fan of Kevin Bacon.
Who is Canadian, right?
I actually don't know.
I have no idea.
I was watching parts of First Class, though, because that's an awesome X-Men movie.
Okay.
And
Is Kevin Bacon in it?
Yeah, he's the bad guy.
Oh, is he the gross slug man?
No. What? I don't
No,
know.
I'm thinking of I think X-Men 2.
Yes.
Kevin Bacon
that's number 1. The man who gets mutated, Senator Kelly, and then becomes like a weird slug guy.
Yeah.
Yeah. No.
Kevin Bacon's not Canadian.
Oh, he's not?
just Kevin Bacon?
Yes, Kevin Bacon. Maddie?
Yeah. No, sorry. Lauren was saying, yes, Kevin Bacon's Canadian. 1 second.
Okay. Well, Matt talks to his wife and finds
He was
out...
born in Pennsylvania.
Whoa, the most Canadian of Canadian places.
Yeah, right?
Do you think he was born in Scranton, like your best friend Sleepy Joe?
Was Joe Biden born in Scranton?
I think he's from Scranton, Pennsylvania, yeah?
Okay.
I mean, I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure he's from Scranton, Pennsylvania.
I want you to be right.
Yeah, so let's just not look it up then. Looks like Madman is proxying again as we talk about your president.
Hell yeah.
And Canadian... So there's a second pylon. I don't know if it's like late enough to let Canadian Bacon know that this is happening or not, but I don't think so. I think that it's just like, he's just putting more resources into a third pylon, and Canadian Bank is hanging out, and he's going to see what the first 2 units are, Stalker, and we might even just see a repeat of Game 1.
yeah, we'll see what happens here, I guess.
Oh, Robo. Proxy Robo this time.
Oh, what does one build from Proxy Robo? Immortals?
Yeah, for sure. So Canadian Bank is okay. So he cancels the pylon. I was gonna say he's locking like the stalkers in kind of thing, but basically like when you're getting all in, and your opponent doesn't plan on like expanding at all, like wasting your minerals to stop them from expanding, because even though they're not expanding, is actually just a waste of your own minerals kind of thing. Like lately at the um, in Protoss vs Protoss, they actually don't. They used to like build a pylon at the natural and then build a cyber core and let that finish and delay the natural, or like delay the opponent's natural. But now they don't do that anymore because it's not as efficient as just doing your own build as it's supposed to be done.
So just wow, that makes PvP sound pretty uninteresting if there's no regard for what the opponent does and you just do whatever you feel like doing.
You just do your own build. Okay, so hey, actually, the scouting Phoenix is going to see 2 stalkers out on the map. So at the very least, Canadian Bank should kind of like be like, hey, what's that guy doing? But he hasn't taken a Nexus yet. So as long as he doesn't get like caught out on the map, but actually that's what he's doing right now. I was gonna say that if he stays on the top of his ramp and just force fields his ramp, he might be in a pretty good position. But this is I don't know. I don't know how much force field he has. He's got at least 1 force field here. If he can force field and like cut the army in half and fight, that would be best. But he's in a bit of an awkward move position, and he just lost 2 stalkers for essentially free. Now he's going to take 2 stalkers of his own. But with the high ground, Madman can actually kill a pylon. So this is a bit weird. I'm not sure who's supposed to win this, especially because the Immortal basically just like deletes stalkers. Okay, now I think it's Madman that wins this. I think Madman's gonna win this for sure.
Will he take the gate, or is he? Oh yeah.
I don't even know if he needs to though. Like just get into like a little bit of a corner so that you can kill these probes, and I think that's really essentially it.
Damn.
Maybe he could have went down the ramp instead, but like even with this, like this is so many probes going down. Yeah, so I mean, even if Canadian Bank somehow like fights in the shield batteries, and he doesn't even have super shield batteries, so like can't do anything about that. But like, oh, he does have it. I can't see apparently.
I don't know. He already pulled the boys.
Yeah.
I mean,
no, I think
he's
like,
got 5 probes working for him right now.
If this wasn't his tournament line, I bet you he would have left this game already.
Definitely, right?
Because like once, I mean, he doesn't have any gateways that are powered. Madman's even bringing zealots. I think that's just gonna be. I mean that's 100% game.
Chungo's the point.
Did Lauren just yell Chungo's on point?
Yep.
Is she playing Overwatch?
She is playing Overwatch, yeah.
I did my my games to get my Genji skin.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, yesterday. And
congratulations, buddy.
GG gets called.
GG. Bit of a disappointing last game for the guy that lost.
Yeah. Okay.
After 2 strong first games, eh?
Yeah. So I think I did the math wrong, Maddie, and I'm keeping you a little longer than I said I would. There's one more series. I don't know if you're okay with doing it or if you want me to just solo do it. Do you want me to send you how long it is?
Sure.
Okay. I just messaged you how long it was.
That might put me over time. Can I stay? Could I do 1 game, or how much of a commitment do you need from me for the series?
I don't need any commitment from you. So whatever you want to do. Okay, I'm gonna get game 1. I'm gonna get in.
Yeah,
you're gonna get into game 1.
Let's do game 1, and then I might take off.
Okay. Sorry for doing the math wrong. I was pretty good at
All right, man.
I was pretty good
We
at
had
this
a
before.
brief delay as well because your computer
Because Blizzard
restarted
doxed
itself.
me.
Because Blizzard doxed you for bad mouthing them
Yeah.
being a small indie developer.
Yeah. So again, actually, in this one, we have another Platinum Heroes team kill. This whole group was just Team Platinum Heroes. So spawning in
Okay.
the bottom left, all the way from the Philippines, actually, it is the red Zerg player tagged once.
And spawning in the top right, his teammate, the purple. I almost said Terran Zerg, Chad.
Okay, so we're in ZVZ, and this is the last series, yeah. So this is gonna be the last series that we cast tonight. And that way, everybody has been casted at least once. So I'm actually very proud of this. That everyone's been casted at least once, because I don't always get to do this, and sometimes I forget about people and whatever. But with 32 people, it's actually quite hard to cast everybody at once because we're old. My voice starts to hurt. I can't do this for super long, and I can already feel my voice going. How you feeling, Maddie?
I'm feeling pretty spry.
Oh, maybe it's
But,
just me then. Do you do
My
those
feet are
vocal-
pretty sore.
Do you do those vocal exercises, or were you just wait? You say your feet are sore?
I was yeah. Well, I have a standing desk, so I stand at my desk the whole time while we're casting.
Oh, do you really?
Yeah, I stand a game now.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Mad lad. You guys free to play any Overwatch tomorrow?
Tomorrow's tough for us. I think we got a lot of cleaning to do. We're having some company stay for the weekend.
Whoa! Thanks for the invite.
What's that?
Thanks for the invite.
Oh, sorry, buddy. Would you come though?
No.
It's quite a yeah. You're
Who's-
working and it's quite a distance.
Do I know who's coming?
Joe. Yeah, you know Joe and Rebecca and
right, yeah.
Vanessa. I think McLean probably as well.
Ooh, McLean, nice.
Yeah.
Well, tell McLean I said hi.
Will do.
That's fun. If you guys get free at all for games, let me know, I guess.
Oh yeah, for sure. I'll probably be around. Well, both of us will probably be around on Sunday.
Okay, sounds good. I think I might be working for Whitney tomorrow, actually, so I might actually get a full day. I haven't had a full day in like a week and a half, which is nice, but also not nice,
Wait, you have a full day of working from home?
No, like just working in general, because I've been
Oh,
working
sorry,
half
yeah.
days and stuff.
Yeah, right. Probably nice to just get into a rhythm.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind the half days. It's fun to come home at lunch and, play video games or whatever.
Yeah.
So Tag's actually building a lot of Lings, but I think that's probably normal for this matchup. I'm gonna be honest, this is the matchup that I actually know the least about because I never play Zerg and I don't really watch Zerg vs Zerg either. But this was a matchup that was once described by Pig as being a knife fight in a phone booth, whatever. So I think it's just whoever kills the other person fastest wins, but we'll see, really.
Yeah, I mean, so I think we see tagged once as putting up a wall, so maybe you're looking for a pretty strongly economic style. We'll see how Chad goes here. What's he got for tech? He's got Ling speed, so I think he's going to be looking to get into the base sooner rather than later. Although tagged once also has Ling speed.
Yeah, Tag just got Ling speed. Chad is...
And a third base, though.
Yeah, so Chad is getting Lings currently while Tagged is droning, but getting a Roach Warren. So I would imagine the Roach Warren is probably going to be for safety, and I think Tagged is actually a really aggressive Zerg, but if you look at it like this, it looks like Chad's a pretty aggressive Zerg too, so who knows? Oh, Tag canceled the Roach Warren, maybe so that they could make a wall better? I'm not exactly sure, but I think that this is going to be a dead third base, right?
Yeah, it's unfortunate that it finished, but yeah, so he rearranged his wall so that he could have the queen body block and kill a lot of the lings. They're actually... Ooh, oh, never mind. I thought those were the enemy lings, but there it is. But queens are pretty efficient at killing lings if you can get them to line up nicely for you.
Yeah, but wait, Tag didn't finish off Chad's third base. There was nothing fighting the Zerglings, huh? So Chad's now gonna Baneling bust. And okay, good pullback on the Lings. I don't know how many you need to kill a queen, but I feel like he probably could have detonated there and killed that queen. Oh, the Lings are in.
Oh!
Okay, now it just comes down to like Ling micro essentially. Queen is not blocking the path, and I'm assuming he's gonna go for the drones. No, it looks like they're going for the Lings instead. And I think that this is gonna be really hard for Tag. Oh, never mind. GG gets
Yeah,
called.
well, that's game for tags. But yeah, just like that. That I don't know if it was a slip up, slight misclick that let the Lings into the base, but
Okay,
tough to come back.
are you leaving me now?
I mean, that was pretty quick. Want to do one more?
Sure.
Okay.
I just put the match Reno in the chat, everybody. If you could go there and redeem, I totally forgot about this until right this second. So if you could redeem, what do you call it? Could redeem the coupon or whatever. It does really help us out. I think we still have like 13 more to use or something, and it's 30 cents per coupon. Doesn't cost you anything except time. So currently spawning in the top right, the red Zerg down 0-1. It is Platinum Heroes tagged once.
In the bottom left, up 1-0, his teammate, the purple Zerg, Chad.
So yeah, I mean, I betcha that win against tagged felt probably pretty good. Maybe like eating a Subway sandwich and watching StarCraft, am I right?
Is that a plug? Are we sponsored by Subway now?
I actually looked into what it took to get sponsored and stuff, you know? Just
Yeah, sure.
more so out of curiosity than anything else. And it's actually a lot more work than I was expecting and wanted to do. So, no. We're sponsored by nobody. Well, I mean, technically we're sponsored by Maturino, but I don't really advertise that anywhere. I'm not sure actually if I'm supposed to or not. So Chad with pool first and tagged with a hatch first. So last game I said that tagged was an aggressive Zerg, and I guess I'm wrong. Maybe tagged has really changed their playstyle because they're a round of 16 finalist from last season, and I remember some pretty aggressive Zerg play.
That's fair, and you never know. I don't know the history between the two players, but if the relatives, yeah, I mean, they seem like they're on pretty much the same level. Just remark. So like back in the old wrestling days, typically like if you were in a tournament, if I was in a tournament and I was wrestling against like one of the older guys who is just gonna beat me,
yeah,
it's a good opportunity to try out some like new things in a tournament you wouldn't otherwise try because it's your team, so that's good overall for the win, and you know you're probably not gonna win it anyway, you know.
Yep. Yeah, I gotcha.
But I don't know if that's the case here. I mean, it was a pretty even match last time, potentially with just one slip up.
Yeah, it looked pretty good. I'm also not sure exactly the MMR difference. I think they're relatively close to each other. I think they're both like mid diamond, give or take. And looks like Chad's gonna get a little bit of scouting around. Nothing really to see, but probably still nice to see that there's nothing much to see. Man, tagged Zergling speed seems a lot slower comparatively. I guess that's what happens when you open pool first and whatnot. Like
I mean,
comparatively, yeah.
What Chad's build is kind of centered around having fast lings. I think he went gas earlier and was able to
yeah, for sure.
focus on. Although they're pretty close.
Yeah, it's not like it's not a crazy difference. Tag's actually getting a faster lair, in the natural, so nobody's going to 3 bases. Chad's getting a wall, but I don't know if that's a wall there. Maybe he's just placing it, actually. Take that back. Wall's probably the wrong word, because I really think Zerglings could actually sneak by there. But I could be wrong.
I think you're right.
Could be wrong. And Tag going for the roaches again, going for the wall. Looks pretty similar to the last game's build, except for the incredibly fast... ooh, and there it is. Except for the incredibly fast lair. I think maybe we'll see the exact same thing from Chad.
Oh, and it's natural as the lair.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So
Sure.
Natural's the lair,
Interesting.
and it's just about to finish. And this time Tag's getting spine crawlers. So this time there's 2 queens at the wall. So I really
Yep.
don't think the Zerglings are going to sneak through there.
Nope. He's gonna be fighting them off pretty handily.
Yeah, and I mean, I guess I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like if Tag just defends with roaches and then kind of like plays a patient game, I feel like it's gonna be pretty hard for Chad to find any damage. But I mean, watch these Banelings just completely kill everything.
Egg is way ahead on gas right now, and with that tech, right? So
Yeah.
we'll see what happens.
Oh, all the Banelings just died to the Evo Chamber. I think that
Ooh.
that might actually be game-ending, like, blunder. Maybe not. Maybe because Chad just doesn't have enough gas for more Banelings. He's only mining off of 1 gas. He is taking a 3rd base, so I mean, it's not like it's the end of the game or anything. Chad's deciding to drone up instead, and I mean, he's still got a lot of lings, right? Like, if Tag tries to move across the map and maybe do some pressure with the roaches, then they're leaving themselves open to the counterattack of the Zerglings. But if Chad keeps just throwing himself at Tag's wall here, I don't know exactly about this. Man, he hates that Evo Chamber. It did cancel it, and it does let the Zerglings get in. But there's no escape option here, right? Like, they're going to get some drones. Oh, but the roaches are not coming to fight. Actually, so maybe we get all the drones.
There going to be a counter push here?
Yeah, I think that there has to be. I imagine...
Oh, I would have liked the roaches to block the ramp.
Yeah, that would have been super cool. Just hold position. So Chad's trying to get as many drones as possible here. So that's 7, maybe an 8th. No, just 7. And he's got no wall. He's got no units at all, actually. He's just got 3 queens. So he's making 32 lings. That's actually insane how many lings that he's making. I don't know how...
They're pretty inexpensive, and they're not very strong against
roaches. Yeah.
So I really don't... Let's see how it shakes out. Losing the queens even at this point, it's not ideal, right?
It's going to be really hard for the lings to get us around because of the roach positioning here, and I think that Tagged here has taken game number 2 and is sending this to a game number 3. And there is GG.
Very nice. Good defense. Good game.
Very nicely played. Oh, Tagged is D2 and Chad is only Plat 1. I would not think of, or sorry, I would not, that's not what I would guess based on the gameplay. Okay, Maddie, thanks for casting.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Have a good day and night,
Sorry, this one was a little
everybody.
bit longer.
No, it was good. I had a great time. I'll see you again next week for more SC2.
Absolutely. Love you, buddy.
Love you too, man. See ya.
Okay, everyone, I am solo casting game number 3, and then we'll do a raid on somebody, and that'll be the night, really. I just want to thank everybody for sticking around, and I don't really solo cast all that much, so this may not be the best, but I definitely appreciate everyone who's listening right now. So, spawning in the top left, the red Zerg player playing for Platinum Heroes. It is Tagged Once. And the bottom right, the purple Zerg, my second favorite color personally. It is Chad. So we've seen basically the exact same build in both games. A little bit of a variation between Tagged Once not getting that 3rd base. And I guess Chad probably didn't. I don't remember the 3rd base timing in game number 1. So there's definitely a chance that we have some room for variation. I know that Zerg vs. Zerg has different matchups than just throwing lings at an opponent, and I guess we'll see what that is. So again, Chad going for the spawning pool and Tagged going for the hatchery first. So nothing has changed all that much yet. So Chad now taking a slightly later hatchery. Chad taking the slightly later hatchery. and tagged going for the gas and then the pool. Honestly, I'm not sure exactly how that changes things. I would imagine the earlier gas means that you get speed slightly faster, but then your pool is a little later, so I don't know, I guess I have to theory craft that one with myself. Probably not a huge difference amount later. Maybe you can also get faster gas as well. So both sending the overlords across the map seems relatively standard. I honestly never play Zerg. Zerg is my least favorite of the matches of the races. Terran obviously favorite, best race, all that fun stuff, master race, whatever. Protoss I really enjoy memeing, you know, Void Ray all-ins, Blink Stalker builds, disruptors, you know, all that stuff is a lot of fun. Zerg I don't find all that fun. I have played it. I made it to at least Diamond 2 with all races, Diamond 1 with Protoss, Masters with Terran. But Zerg, I think I got it most on luck. I felt really shaky and bad at it. And yeah, I just didn't find it overly fun. If you like Zerg, there's nothing wrong with that. But I personally don't enjoy playing it all that much. So again, Chad gets this nice scout off. He sees probably all there really is to see. Like I guess he could click on the gas timing and see that, you know, Tag's got a little bit more gas than he does in the bank. Not exactly sure what to spend it on per se. And looks like Chad's gonna take a third base faster than Tag. I kind of like this, playing aggressive 2 games and then going into a little bit more of a macro greedy style. You just have to be careful of what your opponent's going to do to you, because Tag going for another lair relatively fast. Probably see the Roachborn as well if I had to guess. Oh, no, decides to pull that back. I wonder if that was a mistake. Tag's coming in, running into the main. I do remember seeing some Zergs kind of like keeping queens on the ramp. I guess that is kind of what that queen's doing there. But a little unfortunate movement of the queens here. The Zergling's going to get the whole scout, but I mean, what is the Zergling really seeing? Not that much. The Roachwarren's behind the mineral line, and the Zergling's actually going to see it and see the gases. So, yeah, I guess that was a pretty good scout for Tagged. Tagged, on the other hand, has a bit of an interesting wall here with the building queen, building queen. I imagine that this isn't a perfect wall, but it's still probably pretty good for Zergling run-bys. In the main, we have 3-3 on gas to Chad's 1-3 while getting the other gases. Chad's third base almost finished before Tag even threw one down, and Chad seems to know this with his Overlord, so I'm not sure, maybe he's anticipating some sort of aggression or something, but he definitely should be wondering where his opponent's minerals and gas are going. Now, I mean, ultimately they're not really going anywhere. Tagged is floating a lot of minerals, but I think it is safe to assume that there's going to be some sort of large push out of Tagged, and Chad generally has all the information that he needs for this. Getting a phone call, but I have no idea who that is, so I'm just going to leave that and let that ring. And yeah, so we'll see, like, Tagged's Roach speed and +1 are going to line up relatively nicely. We have the Zerglings looking for the third base, but I mean, Chad knows there is no third base, so this seems more like an autopilot move, seeing what he can see. I don't think that he wants to go into the main, though, and he pulls away proper. Pull away, Chad, pull away. Yes, excellent. And yeah, so I mean, this is looking like it's going to be a pretty big Roach fight. Tagged is going to have +1 and Roach speed long before Chad does. Oh, no, sorry, just the Roach speed, because unless he has it already? No, he doesn't. And Tagged is... they're pretty equal in Roach count, actually, so I would think that Roach speed probably is going to make a relatively big difference, making them a little bit more mobile and microable. I don't know how much these Zerglings are going to help, though. I mean, anything is good, right? You'd be able to surround them and stop their maneuverability. But Chad would have seen this with his Overlords, so he's not reacting. There's a chance that maybe he didn't see it. And this third base is really just being used as a production structure, so I guess hypothetically speaking, it would be okay for him to lose it, not that he wants to. Okay, so I like the wraparound with the Zerglings, and I like the sandwich with the roaches. So I think this is pretty much going as well as it can right now for Chad. And with the defender's advantage, it seems like he should be able to clean this up relatively easily, pulling the roaches or pulling the Zerglings away, fighting on two fronts. They both have +1, but roach speed is not finished for Chad. Tag still doesn't have. Sorry, Tag still doesn't have a third base. So like. Chad, as long as the splitting the army goes okay, and honestly it seems like it is, I don't know. Yeah, no, I think it's playing very well here. Nice defense from multi-prong. It's not always easy, especially in this game. And I wonder what Tag's going to go into now. Tag still has the lair, hasn't really used it for much other than roach speed, and maybe +2. I'm not sure if you need +2 to get. Or if you need lair to get +2, I'm not 100% sure about that. Using it now, I know you need an overseer. So to get an overseer, and Chad has a lot more workers, so I wouldn't be overly annoyed if he also had a bit of static D. He must have seen the army out on the map. Yeah, he has to see this. This absolutely has to see this. Checking his vision, and he's got like a nice little pathway here. Doing a little bit of damage. Knows that there is a third base and is defending, I guess, posturing at home, getting Ravengers, as long as his biles are okay. Should be fine. No structures from anybody, though. Just +2, more roaches. Chad's getting +1 attack, melee attack. Now, this roach army seems to have completely rotated and taken Chad by surprise. So, Chad seems to be trying to get overlords, but he's going to lose this base, and quickly. Coming to defend his own base, but now he's supply blocked from losing that hatchery, but getting 8 overlords at one time, an absolute mad lad. Mad Chad. Chad lad. Relatively equal supply, but Tagged has way more army supply because of Chad's, well, very large worker lead. And I feel like if he gets caught out on the map here, it's going to be a little rough for him because, well, just based on numbers, since they have equal upgrades, it should just be an easy win. Chad needs to be careful with this fight. Don't want to eat too many biles. Nice job dodging most of them. That might have been a little ambitious trying to kill the overseer, but a couple of nice biles landing. Tag's just building more and more roaches here. Chad going into 2 more hatcheries. Maybe a little bit more scouting could tell him, oh, this is an unfortunate fight for Chad. Really nice concave from Tagged once. And maybe a couple of his own biles hitting himself. I'm not sure. I didn't exactly see what happened there. But this looks like now Chad is on the ropes. Not building anything in the production, even though he does have the units and the larva for it. So 9 more roaches. And I think Tag might just be taking this. I see the overlords, and it's making it kind of difficult for me to see exactly what's going on. I don't think that's doing much to help Chad. Having the units trickle like this definitely isn't the best thing because they're not really going to fight together, and I think that Tag maybe is just kind of overwhelmed Chad here, biling down the cocoons, and GG is forgotten, and that's game here. So everybody, thanks for watching. I hope that it was relatively fun, and hope my solo cast wasn't too bad. That's the winners and losers matches from today. I really appreciate all of you spending your afternoon, evening, day with me and Matt when he was here, however long. We're gonna raid Mac Attack now, and we'll be back next week for more StarCraft fun. So I hope that you all have a wonderful day. Stay safe, and yeah, so long. Goodbye.